What's up, YouTube friends? Now recently I had my teenage nephew here and he ate us out of house and home. If you're a parent, a grandparent, aunt and uncle, or even just a babysitter, you know exactly what I'm talking about during these summer months. Now of course we want our children to eat healthy, but it's just sometimes easier just to let them grab the fruit snacks, the cookies, the cakes, something like that, just to get them fed and out the door and out of your hair. Now one of my favorite snacks is microwavable popcorn. The butterier, the better. But since I hit 30, my metabolism went so I'm trying to eat healthier. I already cut out pop from my diet, which was very hard. I'd wake up and drink a Pepsi every morning. Now if I drink a Pepsi, it just gives me a headache. Now when I stumbled across this microwavable popcorn bag on Pinterest, I just had to give it a try. And since you use no oil or butter to cook your popcorn, this is a healthy snack that you don't have to feel guilty about giving your kids during the summertime. I'll show you how easy it is to whip up next. So the things that you're going to need to make this microwavable popcorn bag are 2 pieces of 100% cotton fabric that measure 22 inches by 13 inches. And you want to make sure that it's 100% cotton. Today I'll be using this cute little kitchen print that I think will be just perfect. You're also going to need your sewing machine with matching thread, and you also want to make sure that your thread is 100% cotton. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and sew these 2 pieces together. So I'm going to lay them so that the pretty sides are touching. And now I'm just going to throw in some pins. Now from the top here, I'm going to come down 7 inches. And I'm going to stick a pin. Then I'm going to come down 3 inches and stick another pin. Now this is going to be our opening for turning. And then just go ahead and throw a few more pins along the side. Next, I'm just going to take this over to my sewing machine, and with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm going to start right here at this pin and backstitch. And I'm going to sew all the way around until I get to my final pin and backstitching, making sure you leave your open open. Today I'll be using a straight stitch, and my length is a 2.5. So I'm just going to start at my first pin here and backstitch. And just keep sewing. When I get a 1/4 inch away from the bottom here, I'm going to stop with my needle down, raise my presser foot and spin, and keep sewing. I'm coming up to my final pin, so don't forget to backstitch. Now that I finished sewing all the way around, I'm just going to go ahead and take my sharp scissors and I'm going to clip the corners, making sure I don't go through my thread. Now you just want to turn this right side out through our 3 inch opening. Using a chopstick, a stuffing stick, or a bone folder, go ahead and poke out your corners. And make sure that your seams are nice and flat. Now just take this over to your sewing machine and give it a good press, making sure that our little opening here is tucked in. Now at the top of your popcorn bag, we're going to fold this over 2 inches and give that a press. So it should look like this. So now I'm just going to take the bottom and I'm going to fold it up and match it with the top. And give that a good press also. So now we're just going to take this back over to our sewing machine, and with that same straight stitch and 1/4 inch seam allowance, we're going to sew along these short sides. You want to make sure that you backstitch at the beginning and the end, and I recommend starting at the side with this single fold. Alright guys, so I'm going to use my same straight stitch, and my length is still a 2.5, and I'm going to start on the part with a single fold. Now it can be kind of tricky for your machine to grab that fabric. If you have a walking foot, that'll work just great. But eventually we're going to end up boxing these corners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in about 1/4 inch and backstitch. And continue to sew all the way down the side. When you get to the end, don't forget to backstitch. And now we just want to box our corners. So I'm just going to open up my popcorn bag here. I'm going to stick my finger in the corner, and I'm going to line up this bottom crease with the seam we just made. Just like that. So now I'm just going to stick a pin in there. I'm then going to come up 1 inch from my point and draw a line. Now you want to do that to both sides here. And now I'm just going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew right on that line. Backstitching at the beginning and the end on both sides. Now I'll still be using the same straight stitch and length, and don't forget to backstitch. Now this next step is completely optional, but I'm going to take my pinking shears and I'm going to clip off the dog ear, leaving a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now finally, we're just going to stick our hands in here and turn this right side out. And then just take our 2-inch flap here and fold it over, creating a little envelope. And that's it. Our microwavable popcorn bag is done. This was so fast and so easy, it took me about maybe 10 minutes, if that, to complete. Now to use this, all you're going to want to do is get some yellow or white popcorn. We're going to put about 1/2 cup in our bag here and stick it in the microwave. Now in the beginning of this video, I used a glass plate, and I have a very old microwave, and it took about 5 minutes. When I pulled it out of the microwave, the plate was hot. So if you're letting your kids do this, I would go ahead and just set it on a paper plate just so they don't burn their hands. Now all microwaves are different. I do not recommend using the popcorn button, and definitely do not walk away. With some of the newer fancier microwaves, it may only take 2 to 3 minutes, but like I said, my old one, it took about 5. Now this will make the perfect gift for your grandparents, college students, or just the average popcorn lover. And because we're using no butter or oil to pop our popcorn, this is a healthy alternative this summer instead of all that sugary snacks. I hope you give this quick and easy project a try. If you like this video, go down below and hit the big red subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified as to when I post a video. Head on over to Scrappy's Patch on Facebook if you'd like to share gardening and crafting ideas. Feel free to share this video across your social medias. A very big special shout out to my nephew Gage for making me the new channel art on my Facebook and YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope everyone's having a great summer, and I'll see you next time.